How's it going, everybody? This is S3Tide, and this is going to be my Week 1 recap video. And if you're wondering why Dr. Lou is on the screen, that's because Dr. Lou is a boss and is cute. And I'm have something different, hopefully next week, with all my videos with what's on the screen and whatnot, but I don't have enough time for that right now. And sorry if I get kind of sidetracked in the video, because I have a fantasy football draft in 17 minutes. And I have to get one more spot filled in the draft, because it's an odd number, but yeah, so if I get sidetracked, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go ahead and start. I got to do this really fast. First game, UNLV in Wisconsin. Russell Wilson's first game, had no problem. He showed what he's capable of. All the hype, did a great job. They won 51-17. Mississippi State, Memphis. Mississippi State killed Memphis 59-14. Chris Relf had a great game. I will not be surprised if they kill Auburn next week. TCU Baylor, I called this upset in my prediction video. If you watch that, they won 50-48. Didn't get to watch this game, but I knew Robert Griffin is a great player. I've known him since his freshman year. Kind of reminds me of a little bit smaller, Vince Young. But as I said, like a right-handed Michael Vick. He's a great player. Didn't get to watch this game. I was at a football game, but I was not surprised when I heard the final score. TCU came back at the end, but Baylor got the win. South Florida Notre Dame's game lasted about 25 days. I was not surprised that South Florida came out with a victory. BJ Daniels is a great playmaker. Notre Dame's they're just not there. Like, they always get hyped at the beginning of the season, but they're never there. I just don't get it. Brian Kelly's doing a great job. He gets kind of mad in the sidelines, which kind of probably throws away some of the recruits looking at him and the parents, but he's a pretty good coach. He should have probably not started Dane Christ at all. Dane Christ probably won't start again. But I'm not surprised that Notre Dame did not win. Sorry that somebody messaged me on Facebook about the draft. But Notre Dame lost to South Florida 23-20. They kind of came back at the end, but South Florida put out the victory. The game only lasted about 10 years. But Tulsa, Oklahoma, 47-14. Oklahoma rolled. Great game for Landry Jones. Kent State, Alabama, 48-7. Alabama, actually, I think they struggle a little bit on offense, but that's mainly because the two quarterback system. They both threw 2 picks. They both saw some bad things in them, saw some good things, but one of the picks for each wasn't really their fault. A.J. McCarron hit somebody in the hands, bounced off, intercepted it, and Phillip Sims was getting hit when he threw it up. And I mean, they had some bad times, had some good times, but Tremerson didn't have that great of a game either. He had 3 touchdowns, but only like 30-something yards rushing. What's his name? Eddie Lacy had a great game. He looked a lot better than Trent Richardson, actually, and so did Jalston Fowler. LSU, Oregon, I got this game wrong. I picked Oregon to win, but they surprised me. LSU didn't get that many yards, but they scored when they can on the opportunities that came to them. Special teams, defensive plays. They kept Michael James in his tracks. Great job, LSU. Surprised me. I picked Oregon to win, but they proved me wrong. LSU won 40-27. Boise State, Georgia also got this game wrong. I thought Georgia was going to do a lot better on offense, which they did not. Kellen Moore had a great game. I was surprised because his wide receivers, the great ones, Titus Young, Austin Pettis, went to the draft. So Georgia lost 21-25. Boise State, you're going to hear about them all year. That's why I wish they lost, but they didn't. Florida State, L.A. Monroe, Florida State won 34-0. E.J. Manuel had a pretty good game. The Florida State's defense had a great game. 34-0. Stanford 57. San Jose State 3. That's enough said. Andrew Luck had a great game. He's going to be right up there with the Heisman talks the rest of the year. Oklahoma State 61. L.A. Lafayette 34. Apparently Oklahoma State's defense is not going to be that great, but the Justin Blackman and the quarterback of Oklahoma State is going to have a dangerous threat all year. Just be looking out for them. Nebraska 40, Chattanooga 7. South Carolina, East Carolina. South Carolina won 56-37. I told you in my prediction video that they're going to have a little bit of trouble. You never look down at East Carolina. East Carolina was winning until the third quarter, and South Carolina apparently went psychopath. They put in Steven Garcia, which he was named the second string. Connor Shaw was a starter. But when they put in Steven Garcia, that's when they started to roll a little bit, and they scored 28 points in the third quarter. So I think the old ball coach will be kind of second guessing his thoughts about Connor Shaw starting. Appalachian State, Virginia Tech. I was totally wrong about this game. I told you not to be surprised if there was an upset or if it was close. Virginia Tech won 66-13. I had some doubts about Virginia Tech's quarterback because he's a converted tight end into quarterback, but he had a great game. So did the running back, David Wilson, had a great game. Don't be surprised if he's a dark horse for the Heisman. Let's see. Ohio State 42, Akron 0. Ohio State's coach's first game. Joe Bowerman's first game at quarterback. Had a pretty good game. I thought they were going to struggle, but they didn't. Won 42-0. Great job, Ohio State. Missouri and Miami. Missouri's quarterback, James Franklin, did not have a great game. As you can tell from the score, they should not have struggled that bad with Miami, Ohio. But, they pulled out the win. They'll get better from here. Missouri 17, Miami, Ohio 6. Florida Atlantic 41-3 Florida. They won. Will Muschamp's first game. John Brantley had a great game. 41-3. And Auburn and Utah State 42-38. I knew watching this game. I was switching back from the Alabama and Auburn game. I knew Auburn was going to come back. I did not want them to, but I knew it wasn't possible for them to lose to Utah State. I knew God wasn't going to make it possible. So I sat there watching. They were winning by 10 with just 2 minutes left, and I was like, there's somehow when they did the onside kick, it was like, I knew it. Something's gonna happen. Oh, of course they got the onside kick. I just knew it. I knew there's no way Utah State could beat Auburn. Auburn, I'm telling you, they're not gonna be good at all this year. I bet a friend like money that they're not gonna win more than 6 games. They're gonna get killed by Mississippi State next week. I bet you. Chris Todd, I've been hard on him because I went to the Alabama-Mississippi High School All-Star game that one year when he was graduating, and he threw 3 interceptions when Alabama was loaded with talent. It had Julio Jones at class, and they lost like 31-3 because Barrett Trotter threw like 4 interceptions, and I've always been hard on him about that. But he actually had a pretty good game. Their defense just struggled, but they'll be fine. Wait, they won't be fine. Sorry. I'm telling you, they will not win more than 6 games this year. They will get killed next week by Mississippi State. Next game, USC, Minnesota. Matt Barkley had a pretty good game. He set a record for, I think, completions this game in USC history, but they did struggle 19-17. USC, I don't think they're going to be that great this year because the players are they're like, what are we playing for? We're not going to a bowl game. We're not USC anymore. We're just like UCLA used to be, just not going to be great this year. I think that was all the Saturday games, actually. Let me see. Yeah, that was all the games. Dang, I get that pretty fast. So, let's see if there's any more games. Yeah, there's more games. Sorry about that. Northwestern, Boston College. I call this game, even though Dan Purcell was hurt, Northwestern won 24-17 over Boston College. I'm sorry about that. I didn't think I told you the Auburn score. It was 42-38 Auburn over Utah State. Let's see. Western Michigan and Michigan. Michigan didn't have that much problem. The rain delay. Apparently every game was in a rain delay this week. But Michigan pulled out the victory. I knew they were going to struggle a little bit because the West Coast offense with Denard Robinson is not going to work out that great this year. Don't be surprised if they're going to be disappointed this year. Maybe 6-7 wins. But when you get into a new coach like Brady Hoke with the spread, they got all the recruits for the spread offense, but it'll give them a few years to recruit some different players. Clemson was losing in the third quarter, and then they finally came back. They won 43-19. Taj Boyd's first game starting. He had a pretty good game. Let's see. BYU Ole Miss. I called this game. BYU upset over Ole Miss. Ole Miss could not get anything going. They were in control the whole game, but not time of possession wise. But BYU in the fourth quarter came back. They struggled on offense, but they just came back. Jake Heaps didn't have that bad of a game. Somebody's calling me right now. I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer. The draft's in 15 minutes, 10 minutes. Oh, God, I got to hurry up. Let's see. Elon, Vanderbilt. I said watch out for an upset or a close game, but Vanderbilt won 45-14. And I guess that's it. So thank you guys. I'm sorry I had to do this really fast. I have a draft like in 5 minutes, but thanks for watching. If you want me to do a game analysis of a particular game, just let me know. Comment I'll be happy to do it if I have time. So thank you guys, and comment, like it, and do whatever. Thanks. See you later. Next video.